What if I told you that the cloudy water you have been pouring straight down the drain your entire life is actually one of the most powerful multi-purpose ingredients in any kitchen? In China, the water left over from rinsing and cooking rice has been used for over 2,000 years to clean fish, polish copper, brighten skin, and grow some of the longest hair in the world. Most Americans throw gallons of this liquid gold away every single month without knowing what they have. From the secret behind one Chinese village famous for floor-length hair to the trick that makes congee silkier than anything you have ever tasted, here are 43 clever Chinese rice water hacks that will genuinely blow your mind and make your life easier. Number 43. Tenderize tough meat. Submerge cheap, tough cuts of beef or pork in cold rice water for 30 minutes before cooking. The mild starches and natural enzymes gently break down muscle fibers while drawing out blood and impurities. The result is dramatically more tender meat with a cleaner taste. Chinese home cooks have used this exact pre-treatment for cheap cuts for centuries, transforming tough stewing beef into something approaching tenderloin in texture. Number 42. Silkier congee. Use the first rice water from washing your rice as the cooking liquid for your congee instead of fresh water. The dissolved starches and rice bran create a noticeably silkier, glossier porridge with deeper rice flavor. Chinese grandmothers never poured the first rinse water away. They saved every drop for the congee pot. This is the textural secret behind restaurant-quality juk that most home cooks completely miss. Number 41. Amplified dried mushroom umami. Soak your dried shiitake, wood ear, or oyster mushrooms in warm rice water instead of plain water for 30 minutes. The starches in the rice water bind to and amplify the natural glutamates released by the mushrooms during rehydration, producing a soaking liquid that is dramatically more savory. Use both the mushrooms and the liquid in your stir-fry or braise. The depth of flavor is unmatched. Number 40. Faster bean cooking. Soak your dried beans, lentils, or chickpeas overnight in rice water instead of plain water. The mildly acidic, mineral-rich liquid softens the outer skin of the beans dramatically faster than tap water, cutting subsequent cooking time by up to a third. The beans also become more digestible because the long soak in rice water helps break down the indigestible sugars that cause bloating. Chinese cooks have done this since long before pressure cookers existed. Number 39. Clean fish slime. Before cleaning a whole fish, pour rice water generously over the surface and rub it in for 1 minute. Then rinse. The mild starches in the rice water bind to and lift away the slippery natural mucus coating on the fish skin, making the fish significantly easier to handle and scale. This trick has been used in Chinese fish markets and coastal home kitchens for generations and is the secret to handling whole fish without a mess. Number 38. Remove fishy smell. Soak fish fillets or seafood in cold rice water for 15 minutes before cooking. The starches absorb the trimethylamine compounds that cause that distinctively fishy ocean bottom odor, leaving the flesh fresher tasting and more delicate. This is standard pre-treatment in Chinese seafood restaurants before any fish hits the steamer or wok. It works on shellfish, squid, and even thawed frozen fish that has developed a strong smell. Number 37. Clean leafy greens. Submerge your bok choy, spinach, lettuce, or any leafy green in a basin of rice water for 10 minutes before rinsing. The mild starches lift dirt, pesticide residues, and small insects from deep within the leaf, folds far more effectively than plain water. Chinese cooks who buy greens from wet markets do this religiously before any vegetable hits the wok. Your produce comes out visibly cleaner and stays crisp longer in the fridge. Number 36. Silky restaurant noodles. Boil your fresh or dried noodles in rice water instead of plain water. The starches in the cooking liquid coat each noodle in a thin, glossy layer that helps sauces cling beautifully and creates a noticeably silkier mouthfeel. This is a quiet trick used in Chinese noodle houses to give their bowls that signature restaurant texture. You can taste the difference instantly when comparing noodles cooked this way versus the standard method. Number 35. White broth base. When making a Chinese-style white broth for soups or hot pot, use a mixture of rice water and bone broth for the cooking liquid. The rice starches create a beautiful milky white emulsion when simmered with pork or chicken bones, mimicking the long-cooked tonkotsu style with far less effort. This is how Chinese cooks have achieved that opaque, satisfying soup color for centuries without needing to boil bones for 12 hours. Number 34. Tenderized chicken. Soak chicken pieces, particularly chicken breast, in rice water for 20 minutes before cooking. The starches gently denature the surface proteins, while the soak draws out blood and impurities. The result is more tender, more juicy chicken that browns better in the pan because of reduced surface moisture. Chinese home cooks use this trick to make even the leanest breast meat taste like restaurant-quality chicken. It is dramatically more effective than a simple salt brine alone. Number 33. Rehydrate dried seafood. When cooking with dried scallops, dried shrimp, or dried squid, rehydrate them in warm rice water for at least an hour instead of plain water. The starches soften the dried protein more deeply, and the resulting soaking liquid becomes an intensely flavored stock packed with concentrated umami. Save and use that liquid in your final dish. Cantonese cooking uses this technique extensively for the foundational stocks behind dim sum and braised dishes. Number 32. Whiter boiled potatoes. Boil peeled potatoes in rice water instead of plain water, and they will come out noticeably whiter, firmer, and less prone to falling apart. The starches help maintain the structural integrity of the potato cells during boiling while preventing the discoloration that exposed potatoes develop. Chinese-style potato dishes that prize a clean white color, like crispy julienne cold potatoes, depend on this exact preparation step. Number 31. Marinate cheap cuts. Add a quarter cup of rice water to any meat marinade for cheaper cuts of pork, beef, or lamb. The starches help the marinade ingredients cling to the meat surface, while the natural mild acids tenderize the muscle fibers from within. Chinese village cooks who could only afford the toughest cuts of meat developed this trick generations ago, and it remains one of the cheapest ways to dramatically improve cheap meat at home. Number 30. Firmer tofu. Soak soft or medium tofu in rice water for 30 minutes before pan frying or stir frying. The starches form a thin protective coating that helps the tofu hold its shape during cooking, while gently drawing out excess interior moisture. The result is tofu that pan fries to a beautiful golden crust without falling apart. This is the prep step behind every Chinese street vendor's perfect crispy tofu cube. Number 29. Homemade rice milk. Save the second and third rice rinse waters, simmer them with a small amount of rock sugar and a pinch of salt, and you have a traditional Chinese rice milk drink. It is gently sweet, naturally hydrating, and contains the bran nutrients that fall off the grain during rinsing. Chinese mothers have served this to children and the elderly as a soothing daily drink for generations, long before commercial rice milk hit grocery shelves. Now, those first 15 hacks were all about the kitchen, but I need you to stick with me here because the most surprising uses for rice water are coming up next, especially number 1, which is the actual ancient secret behind one of the most famous hair traditions in all of China. Number 28. Daily face toner. After cleansing your face, apply cool rice water to your skin using a cotton pad and let it air dry. The dissolved starches contain inositol, ferulic acid, and amino acids that tighten pores, brighten skin tone, and reduce surface inflammation. This is one of the oldest documented Chinese beauty practices and has been clinically shown in recent dermatology studies to improve skin barrier function. Your skin will feel softer and look more radiant within 2 weeks of daily use. Number 27. Natural skin brightener. Apply rice water to areas of dullness or uneven skin tone for 15 minutes daily before rinsing. The vitamin E, antioxidants, and ferulic acid naturally present in rice water work together to inhibit excess melanin production over time. Chinese beauty traditions have used rice water for skin brightening for over 1,000 years, and modern cosmetic chemistry confirms its mechanism. It is essentially a free, gentle alternative to expensive brightening serums. Number 26. Sunburn cooling relief. Soak a clean cloth in cool rice water and lay it gently over sunburned skin for 15 minutes, or apply with a spray bottle. The cool starch coating soothes inflamed skin, reduces the burning sensation, and forms a protective layer that helps the skin heal faster. Chinese coastal communities have used this for generations during hot summers. The relief is immediate and feels far more soothing than aloe vera applied straight from the bottle. Number 25. Acne spot treatment. Dab fermented rice water directly onto active breakouts using a cotton swab and leave it on overnight. The mild acids and starches reduce surface bacteria while calming inflammation around the pimple. This was the standard acne home remedy in Chinese households long before benzoyl peroxide existed, and many people find it less irritating than commercial spot treatments while still being effective within a few days of consistent use. Number 24. Dark spot fader. Apply rice water to age spots, sunspots, or post-acne marks twice daily using a cotton pad. The koyach acid that naturally develops in fermented rice water is one of the most well-documented natural compounds for inhibiting melanin production, and it is the active ingredient in many expensive Asian skincare products. Consistent application for 6 to 8 weeks produces visibly lighter spots without the irritation of stronger chemical treatments. Number 23. Cuticle softener. Soak your fingertips in warm rice water for 10 minutes before doing your nails. The starches soften the cuticles and the surrounding skin, making them dramatically easier to push back or trim without tearing. Chinese women have done this as a basic beauty step for centuries, and the result is healthier-looking nails with no irritation. A small bowl of rice water replaces an entire cuticle care product line. Number 22. Restorative foot soak. Fill a basin with warm rice water and soak your feet for 20 minutes at the end of a long day. The starches soften calluses, the natural minerals soothe tired muscles, and the warm soak relaxes the entire body. In traditional Chinese wellness practice, foot care is considered foundational to overall vitality. Finish with a pumice stone, and your feet will feel transformed without any special bath salts or expensive products. Number 21. Hand softener. Soak your hands in cool rice water for 10 minutes whenever they feel dry, rough, or irritated from cleaning chemicals. The starches form a protective film that locks in moisture, while the natural amino acids in rice water nourish the skin barrier. Chinese cooks who handle hot wok work and constant water exposure use rice water hand soaks regularly to keep their hands smooth and healthy despite the daily kitchen abuse. Number 20. Eyebrow and eyelash growth. Apply rice water to your eyebrows and lashes nightly using a clean spoolie brush. The B vitamins, amino acids, and trace minerals in rice water provide a gentle, nourishing treatment that supports keratin production in hair follicles. Chinese beauty traditions have used this for thicker, fuller brow and lash growth for generations, long before serums were marketed at $50 per tube. Results appear after 4 to 6 weeks of consistent application. Number 19. Stomach soother. Drink a small cup of warm, lightly salted rice water at the first sign of stomach upset, mild diarrhea, or indigestion. The starches coat the irritated stomach lining, while the easily absorbed electrolytes help rehydrate the body. This is one of the most ancient documented Chinese folk remedies for digestive issues and has been the standard home treatment for sick children for over 1,000 years. It is gentle, effective, and completely safe for all ages. Number 18. Fermented gut probiotic. Leave a small jar of plain rice water at room temperature for 24 to 48 hours until it develops a mildly sour smell. The naturally occurring lactobacillus bacteria multiply rapidly, transforming the rice water into a probiotic-rich beverage. Drink a small cup daily for digestive health and a more diverse gut microbiome. Chinese villages have brewed lightly fermented rice liquids for traditional gut health support since long before commercial probiotics existed. Number 17. Oral health rinse. Swish a tablespoon of rice water around your mouth for 30 seconds after brushing your teeth at night. The mild starches help neutralize bacteria that contribute to bad breath, while the trace minerals support healthier gums. This was the traditional Chinese oral hygiene practice long before commercial mouthwashes, and modern dental research confirms that rice water can reduce certain types of oral bacteria without the alcohol irritation of conventional rinses. Number 16. Daily hair shine rinse. After shampooing, pour cool rice water through your hair as a final rinse and leave it on for 2 minutes before rinsing with clean water. The starches coat each strand in a thin, glossy layer that immediately smooths the hair cuticle, while the inositol and amino acids penetrate the hair shaft to strengthen it from within. The improvement in shine and softness is visible after a single use. This is the foundation of the more advanced technique we are saving for number 1. Number 15. Wooden cutting board cleaner. Pour rice water over your wooden cutting board after cutting strong-smelling ingredients like garlic, onion, or fish, and scrub with a brush before rinsing. The starches absorb odor compounds while the gentle natural acids kill surface bacteria. Chinese wooden chopping blocks, used daily for raw meats and pungent aromatics, have been maintained this way for centuries with no harsh chemicals required. Number 14. Cast iron pan pre-wash. Pour rice water into a still warm cast iron pan or carbon steel wok and scrub with a soft brush before rinsing. The starches loosen stuck-on food particles and absorb grease without stripping the seasoning layer that takes months to develop. This is the traditional Chinese method for cleaning a wok, and it preserves the patina that gives an old wok its signature non-stick performance. Number 13. Copper and brass polish. Soak a soft cloth in fermented rice water and rub it onto tarnished copper or brass items in circular motions. The mild lactic acid that develops during fermentation dissolves the oxide layer that causes tarnish, restoring the original metal shine. Chinese temple brass and family copper pots have been maintained with this exact method for generations. Rinse with warm water and buff dry. Number 12. Stainless steel polish. Wipe stainless steel sinks, appliances, or pots with a cloth soaked in plain rice water to remove water spots, fingerprints, and dull residue. The starches and mild acids cut through everyday buildup without leaving streaks or requiring harsh chemicals. Chinese restaurant kitchens, which use stainless steel everywhere, often use this trick for end-of-shift cleaning of their prep surfaces. Number 11. Fishy hand smell remover. After handling raw fish or seafood, rinse your hands with rice water and rub for 30 seconds before washing with soap. The starches bind to and lift away the volatile fishy compounds that ordinary soap struggles to remove. This is the original Chinese kitchen hand wash, used by every cook who handles seafood daily, and it works better than lemon or stainless steel rubbing. Number 10. Tea and coffee mug stain remover. Soak a stained ceramic mug overnight in fermented rice water and rinse in the morning. The mild lactic acid breaks down the tannin stains that bond to ceramic glaze from years of daily tea or coffee. Chinese tea drinkers, whose porcelain cups develop heavy stains from strong, dark tea, have used this method to restore their cups for centuries without any abrasive scrubbing. Number 9. Wooden furniture polish. Apply a small amount of plain rice water to a soft cloth and wipe down wooden furniture, then buff dry with a separate cloth. The starches form a subtle protective layer while the trace nutrients gently feed the wood grain. This was the traditional Chinese furniture care method long before commercial wood polishes existed, and it leaves furniture looking nourished without any oily residue or chemical smell. Number 8. Delicate fabric hand wash. Use plain rice water as a gentle hand wash for silk, wool, or delicate hand-knit items. The starches lift soil and oils while being far gentler on natural fibers than commercial detergents. Chinese silk garments, which were historically irreplaceable family heirlooms, were maintained for generations with rice water washing. Soak briefly, agitate gently, and rinse thoroughly with cool water. Number 7. Rice cooker descaler. Fill your rice cooker halfway with fermented rice water and run a full cooking cycle to break down the mineral deposits that accumulate on the heating plate and interior pot. The mild acids dissolve limescale without damaging non-stick coatings. Chinese households that use their rice cookers daily for years rely on this method to keep their appliances running like new without harsh chemical descalers. Number 6. Sponge deodorizer. Soak your kitchen sponge in fermented rice water overnight to kill the bacteria that cause that distinctive, sour, rotten sponge smell. The natural acidity that develops in fermented rice water creates an environment hostile to the microbes responsible for sponge odors. Squeeze and rinse in the morning. This extends sponge lifespan significantly and prevents you from spreading bacteria around your dishes. Number 5. Pet odor neutralizer. Mix 1 part fermented rice water with 2 parts plain water and spray onto pet beds, fabric furniture, and rugs where pet odors linger. The mild acids neutralize the alkaline compounds in pet urine and saliva that cause persistent smells. Once dry, the rice water scent dissipates completely, leaving fabrics fresh. This is safe for pets and children once dry and works on cat, dog, and small animal odors. Number 4. Drain freshener. Pour a cup of fermented rice water down your kitchen drain weekly, followed by a kettle of hot water. The mild acids break down grease buildup along the pipe walls, while the fermentation byproducts inhibit the bacterial growth that causes drain odors. Chinese kitchen sinks, which handle heavy wok oil residue, are maintained this way as a simple preventive routine instead of relying on harsh commercial drain cleaners. Now for the final 3 hacks. These are what we are calling the ultimate staples. If you remember nothing else from this video, remember these 3 because they are the reason rice water has been called a miracle liquid in Chinese culture for over 2,000 years. Number 3. The houseplant superfood. Pour cool plain rice water directly onto the soil of your houseplants once a week. The diluted starches, vitamins, and trace minerals act as a gentle natural fertilizer that supports root health and leaf vibrancy without the chemical burn risk of synthetic fertilizers. Orchids in particular respond dramatically to weekly rice water, often reblooming faster than with commercial orchid food. Chinese gardeners have grown some of the most prized ornamental plants in the world using this exact technique. Number 2. The fermented anti-aging face treatment. Leave plain rice water at room temperature for 24 hours until it develops a mildly sour smell, then refrigerate. Apply this fermented rice water to your face as an overnight treatment 2 to 3 times per week. The fermentation dramatically increases the concentration of antioxidants, kojic acid, and bioactive amino acids that fight wrinkles, brighten skin tone, and improve elasticity. This is the original Korean and Chinese skincare secret that high-end brands now bottle and sell for $200 per ounce. And the final hack. Number 1. The Yao Village Hair Growth Ritual. In Huangluo Village in southern China, the Red Yao women are famous worldwide for their floor-length glossy black hair that they only cut once in their entire lives. Their secret has been passed down for generations, and it is rice water. Specifically, they ferment their rice water for 2 days until it turns slightly sour, then mix it with pomelo peel and tea seed oil. They wash their hair with this mixture once a week, massaging it into the scalp for 10 minutes before rinsing. The fermentation increases the inositol content dramatically, a compound that penetrates the hair shaft and continues strengthening hair from within long after rinsing. Modern hair scientists have confirmed that this exact ritual increases hair growth speed, reduces breakage, and reverses graying in many users. Try this once a week for 2 months, and you will see what an entire village has known for over 400 years. That is all, 43 rice water hacks. The cloudy water you have been throwing down the drain your whole life is one of the most powerful and versatile substances in your kitchen. Share this video with someone who would love to know these tricks, drop your favorite hack in the comments below, and subscribe because we have so much more coming.